We continue in our journey through Shemona Esrei, and we come today to the bracha of Re'ei na ba'anyenu. Please Hashem, see our affliction, v'riv arivenu, fight our battles, ugalei meira l'man shemecha, and ultimately go ahead and redeem us, literally translated, redeem us soon for your name's sake. So this bracha is the bracha of redemption, but as opposed to later on in Shemona Esrei, where we will discuss a bracha that is about messianic redemption, national redemption, the focus of this bracha is on personal redemption. Re'ei na ba'anyenu, please Hashem, see my suffering. I'm not talking about national suffering, not existential suffering of the human condition, about my difficulties, about my challenges. See HaKadosh Baruch Hu, all of the things that I must contend with day in and day out. See them and help me with them. So, it's interesting that in different versions of the Siddur, so sometimes this is Nosach Ashkenaz versus Nosach Sfar, but even in Nosach Ashkenaz, you have different openings of this bracha. Sometimes it's Re'ei ba'anyenu, Hashem, see our suffering. And then sometimes it's Re'ei na ba'anyenu, please see our suffering. So it's interesting. Re'ei ba'anyenu, I understand, see our suffering. Okay, it's simple, it's to the point. Why Re'ei na? Why please see our suffering? Why do you need the extra na, the extra please? What's the message? And perhaps what we're saying in this bracha is as follows. See HaKadosh Baruch Hu, you see anything and everything. There is no such thing as something you do not see. No such thing as something that occurs beyond your purview. So to say Re'ei ba'anyenu, you see everything. You already see it. What I'm asking you, Hashem, is Re'ei na. Please, please, don't just see it, but be attentive to it. Don't just see it, don't just know it, but no, please, I ask you to pay attention to it. I ask you to take it to divine heart. I ask you to appreciate, to pause for a moment and understand how overwhelming sometimes my circumstances are. You know, we see this in Chumash Shmos by Egyptian servitude. The Jews were enslaved for 210 years. And finally, one day, what the Torah says, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Vayishmas Nakasam, he heard their cries. It was the same cries for the last 210 years. He always heard the cries. He already heard them crying out all of those years. What changed? So the Arachaim HaKadosh points out that it was HaKadosh Baruch Hu choosing to be attentive. God heard everything, but for whatever the reason, wasn't quote-unquote attentive. Something happened then at the end of 210 years that HaKadosh Baruch Hu didn't just continue to hear, didn't just continue to see, but he became attentive. And that's what we ask from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Re'ei na ba'anyenu. I know you see everything. I know you know everything. What I'm asking you is to be be attentive to what it is that I'm struggling with. And I think that there's an incredible lesson for us as well. Because remember, as we ask HaKadosh Baruch Hu for different things throughout Shemona Esrei, the goal of Shemona Esrei is also to sensitize us to be better, stronger, holier people. And how many times in life do we see things? We see them, but we're not really attentive to them. We have a re'ei, but there's not the re'ei na. How many times do I see someone in distress? I know they're in distress. I know they're struggling. I know they're suffering. But I say, okay, I feel bad about it, but then I move on with my life. Or how many times do I see something in general that's just broken? Whether it's broken in me, broken in the world, broken in my family, I see it, I know it, but I move on. You see, in this bracha, what we're asking HaKadosh Baruch Hu is don't just see things, but be attentive to it. Not just simply re'ei, but re'ei na. Please Hashem, internalize what it is that you're seeing, kiviyachol. And the message for us is the same. When you see something in life, you see something that's broken, you see something that's in a state of disrepair, you see someone who's suffering or having a difficult time, you see your family member who's struggling, or you see an internal struggle within yourself, don't just see it, look at it, let out a krechts, and then move on. I ask HaKadosh Baruch Hu for re'ei na, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu expects the same from me. Look at life with a set of attentive eyes. Look at life not just with a re'ei, but a re'ei na. And if you see something that is broken, if you see something that is in a state of disrepair, don't just look at it. Look at it attentively and find the courage to do something about it. Wishing everyone a wonderful day.